Hello ladies and gentlemen and everyone else in between. I am your most gracious host Ted and welcome to Ted's Booze Cellar, the premier alcohol review show here on YouTube. It is currently just about to turn 35 minutes past 5 on the 26th of October 2023. I hope I'm finding you all in a good state of affairs, and if I'm not, then I hope things improve for you very, very soon. I'm a bit surprised actually by how fast this year has gone by. It feels literally just like, you know, only like a couple of weeks ago almost that I was doing that episode on Carlsberg Special Brew. That was it. And yeah, that was back in January. And it just feels like not too long ago. So yeah, this year is blown by. Blooming egg. But anyway, we're here today with another one of the drinks I got back from Germany. As you can probably see, I'm wearing one of the t-shirts I brought back from Germany. And today we're taking a look at something very archetypally German. I got this for pretty cheap actually. I got a 70 centilitre bottle of very interesting looking spirit in one of the German supermarkets, and it was pretty cheap. It was like definitely well below €10. I believe it was only around like 5 to 7 from what my memory correctly serves me. And that is the good old traditional German drink of Pfefferminz schnapps. As far as I'm aware, I think schnapps originated to a certain degree in America. And it kind of sort of basically is a liqueur that's sort of brewed with like fruit, or fruit is mixed into it after the brewing process. So there's a few different ways that schnapps are made. Usually they tend to be quite fruity, but I've gone for classic old peppermint schnapps here because, well, I just really like mint. I just think it's really nice flavour. This is Norbrand, Nordhausen, and they look to be a very old-fashioned looking brewery based off of the design of the label and the emblem here. Very classically Central European, simple, understated, but still quite regal. And I've got to say, I'm interested in the colour design here. The pale blue background with the sort of teal, background here against like the white and gold writing is quite an interesting mix. I'm not sure about the inclusion of the teal, although I guess that is on the branding of Norbrand. I don't know. I'll give the design of the bottle and the label a respectable like 8 out of 10. I think the colours could be a bit lighter, but I think generally it looks pretty good. And yeah, I will say one thing that kind of sort of like, I wish it was a little bit more like classically European as the top bottle cap. It just feels a bit too modern really for my likings. But anyway, let's have a quick sniffer, see what our first impressions are like. Woo! That's got a strong nose, I'll tell you that much. Goodness me. Wow! Man, that is a strong nose. Good lord. I mean, I like it. It's this really strong onrush of like menthol, like almost to the degree that you get when you smell a bowl of Olbach oil in some water. It's like that similar kind of mentholy flavour. It's not quite as strong as that, but it's definitely along those lines. And then you get this quite nice, almost sort of like strongly holistic, sort of grassy after smell after the main through line comes through. It's actually clearing up my nose quite a bit because it's been raining recently. I mean, I love mint, so I am a bit biased towards this, so I'll give the nose a respectable, probably like a 7 out of 10. The only thing is it is quite overpowering, and I think for people who aren't quite into mint or quite like slightly more like subdued flavours, this could probably overpower your senses quite a bit. I'll rate it a 7. But you guys let me know what you think if you've ever drunk this before. But anyway, as always, quick palate cleanser of water. And then on to the most important part of the video, which is to see what this sucker tastes like. By the way, this is 18% alcohol volume. As far as I'm aware, quite a lot, in fact, like main majority of schnapps tend to be between round about 18 to like 30-ish, although quite a lot do go up to 40. So yeah, let's see what it looks like in the glass. Oh my god. If you guys have been watching my show for a long time, you'll remember that I think way back in season 1 I reviewed Midori with a few of my old buddies from the University of Sussex Students' Union. It had a pretty similar shade of green to this actually. This is very strongly coloured. So, yeah, goodness me, wow. Actually, I smell what it smells like in the glass. Actually, it's a little bit easier to handle in the glass. It's got a bit more room to breathe, obviously. So I'll give the nose in the glass actually like an 8. It's a little bit more palatable and it's not quite as overpowering. So yeah, no, that's good. But anyway, let's see what this sucker tastes like. So, to everyone at home, I hope you have a good weekend ahead, and bottoms up. It's got really interesting, like, caramelised through line. The mint flavour is quite strong, obviously. It's not quite as overpowering as I thought it would be. Obviously, the mint is the main body of the flavour and the main through line, even to the point where it is the aftertaste as well. But it's rather sort of understated. It's not too overpowering, and there's this nice, almost kind of quasi-caramelly through line to the flavour that sort of kind of like just nicely balances it out. Because I feel if it was just that minty flavour throughout, obviously it'd be quite overpowering. It might be even a little bit one note. But you've just got this really simple minty flavour, which is the main through line and the undertone and also the aftertaste, but then in that main through line and in the main body of the flavour there's this sort of almost caramelised sort of like tart caramel flavour that kind of just undercuts everything really nicely and keeps it in balance. And in contrast to a lot of liqueurs, the main initial taste is quite strong. You get that main onrush of mentholy mint, sort of like to sort of really wake up your taste buds, and then it sort of kind of just mellows out towards the end. So this feels like something you could really have after like a big heavy meal to act as almost like a digestive, similar to Jean Sier, something like that, or maybe like a Jägermeister or something like that. Obviously it tastes very different, but I feel like you could probably treat the drinking of it in a similar fashion, because I definitely feel like it's waking up my senses, but not in a way that's sort of like too alarming or too sort of aggravating. It's just sort of like waking them up in a sense to go like, all right, functions are returning to normal in a nice relaxed way. Delicious. You know, it's a very vibrant flavour, but the way it goes down is quite relaxing, and it gives you a nice sort of warming feeling in your chest and sort of like around this part of your throat once you do sort of swallow it down. So it's very palatable despite having quite a strong and distinct flavour. Yeah, no, that's really, really nice. I mean, I've only ever had peach schnapps before, so yeah, I was always interested in trying a proper old German-style peppermint schnapps, and like I said, I love mint. So yeah, I'm thoroughly pleased with this. I'm struggling to sort of really pin it down though. It's kind of hovering between, I think, an 8 and a 9, but I don't know if it's... I mean, I could definitely imagine some people not liking this, because obviously mint isn't for everyone, and the flavour is quite strong. And I do imagine that while I don't find it particularly overpowering, some people might. It has that certain feel to it. And so I think that the way you have to drink it, from what I'm experiencing here, is to either drink it in one go, if you're having a shot, and then drink something else before you have some more again. Or maybe just sip a little bit of it at a time, and then just sort of let it settle, then sip a little bit more, and so on and so forth. So it's got quite an interesting sort of like feel to it. None of it's particularly aggravating, none of it's particularly clashing against each other, but I just feel the best way to drink it is piece by piece almost. But generally speaking, it's really, really good. I think out of 10 I'll probably say probably like an 8.5, or probably like an 8.5 to 8.75. It's I'm really struggling to pin down the specific number. I'd say it's somewhere in between 8 to 8.75. It's round that bracket, but I feel it's probably closer to being 8.5 to 8.75, somewhere around that. It is really good. It's just a few little things I would sort of change. Like the initial mint flavour is quite overwhelming, and it's sort of like the sort of slightly burny feeling at the back of the throat if you drink it a lot in one go is quite overwhelming as well. So I think I'm probably leaning more towards maybe 8.75, because I feel like some of the downcomings of this are down to the way that you drink it, perhaps, because if you drink it too fast, that might not mean that you get to experience all the better aspects of its flavour. So yeah, I'll probably say like an 8.5 to an 8.75, I think that's probably fair. And that kind of depends more so on how you drink it as well. So yeah, definitely give this a shot. Maybe step into it with a bit of precaution if you're not used to drinking liqueurs or you're not massively into mint. But generally speaking, I'd say this is pretty good. This is really nice. It's one of the better schnapps in general that I've tried, so that's for damn sure. But anyway, if you guys like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, let me know in the comments section down below. And if you want to check out my other social medias, I'll leave the links to all that in the video description down below. But until next time, have fun, stay safe with whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, wash your hands, drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye-bye for now. Woo! Wash your hands, respond. And once you drink more of it, the mentholly taste does become a little bit stronger and it does become a bit more overstated. So I think you either have to drink this in one go and then take a break and sort of drink something else in between. Blooming police alarms. Anyway.